It started with a text.
Hey, sorry I missed you last night. Looked like you were in a hurry.
From Sarah, my coworker. The thing is, I hadn't left my house the night before. I'd spent the evening curled up on the couch, binge-watching old crime documentaries and eating instant noodles. I didn't even check my phone. I was in no hurry, unless you count rushing to pause the microwave before it beeped. I replied casually, saying she must have seen someone else. Her answer came quick.
You were wearing your gray hoodie. You even waved.
Gray hoodie. That was exactly what I wore last night. The next day, 2 more people said they'd seen me. One was my upstairs neighbor, Mark, who said I passed him in the lobby around 9:30 p.m.
Didn't say much,
he said.
Just nodded and kept walking. You looked tired.
The second was my friend Brian, who claimed he saw me standing at the bus stop 3 blocks from my building.
I called your name.
He told me over the phone.
You didn't respond. Just stared ahead.
I didn't know what to say. I had not left my apartment. I had no reason to. I even checked my food delivery receipt, timestamped 8:47 p.m. Still, their descriptions matched. Gray hoodie, black jeans, tired expression. Me. By Friday, I was jumpy. My phone buzzed constantly with odd messages.
Where were you headed last night?
Saw you at the corner store. Didn't realize you smoke now, LOL.
Why didn't you say hi?
Each message painted a slightly different version of me. Same clothes, same general time, but in different places. Some said I looked lost. Others said I looked directly at them, smiled, and kept walking. I didn't remember any of it. I hadn't gone outside in 3 days. I lived alone. I didn't lend out clothes. I didn't have a twin. So who was walking around wearing my face? Saturday afternoon, I got a message from Jamie, a friend from college.
Dude, you okay? Saw this and got spooked.
Attached was a short video. The footage was grainy, clearly from a security camera, taken outside a 24-hour convenience store. I recognized the location, just a block away from my building. The timestamp read 2:14 a.m. That night, I'd fallen asleep before midnight. But in the video, there I was. Same hoodie, same posture, same everything. I walked up to the door, paused, and stared directly at the camera, for almost 10 seconds. I didn't blink, then I turned and walked out of frame. I must have watched it 10 times, trying to find proof it wasn't me. But I couldn't. Even the way I stood, it was identical. I texted Jamie back. That's not me. He never replied. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept the lights on and my hoodie folded in the closet. I set up my phone to record from the windowsill, pointing at the street. Around 3 a.m., I started drifting off. A sound woke me, soft tapping. I sat up. The tapping came again. Window glass. Faint but deliberate. My bedroom is on the 2nd floor. I stood slowly, heart pounding, and crept to the window. The streetlight illuminated the sidewalk, and for a moment, I saw nothing. Then I looked down. And I saw me. Standing in the middle of the street. Gray hoodie. Staring up at my window. I didn't wave. I didn't smile. Neither did he. He just stood there. Watching. I didn't open the blinds again after that. The next morning, I found muddy footprints on the front steps. One set. Coming from the sidewalk. Stopping at my door. My door was still locked. I checked the footage from my phone. Nothing unusual. Just static for about 10 minutes between 2:58 and 3:08 a.m. When it resumed, clear porch. No footprints. But they were there in the morning. I decided to call the police. I didn't report an intruder exactly, just said I thought someone was impersonating me, that I had proof, video, eyewitnesses. They said they'd look into it. No one came. Monday evening, I was brushing my teeth, trying to convince myself I was paranoid, sleep deprived, maybe just losing my grip. But then I looked at the mirror, and he blinked first. That reflection, my reflection, was a second late. It tilted its head when I didn't, smiled when I frowned. I dropped the toothbrush and backed out of the bathroom, slamming the door behind me. I didn't go back in that night. That's when the messages started, from an unknown number. Why are you hiding? You can't stay inside forever, let me back in. My own name appeared in the sender ID. My phone didn't recognize it. I didn't reply. I powered my phone off. It powered back on. The screen lit up with a new message. You're not the original. I didn't leave my apartment. I barely moved from the couch. My food was low. My phone battery even lower. But I didn't want to leave. What if I was caught on camera again? What if people saw me and I couldn't prove I wasn't him? What if I was the copy? My mind spiraled. I set up mirrors all over the apartment, sat in front of them, comparing every movement. Watched for glitches, delays, any sign of unnatural behavior. One night, around 3:17 a.m., I blinked. Only one of me didn't. I couldn't take it anymore. I dressed in something completely different, red flannel, white sneakers. I left my phone inside. And I stepped outside. The air felt heavy, familiar. I walked to the corner store where the footage had been recorded. No one followed. But just as I reached the door, I felt a presence. Behind me. I turned, and there he was. Gray hoodie. Same face. Same stance. Same everything. He smiled. I did not. He lifted his hand slowly, palm open, like a mirror. So did I. Then he leaned in. Tag, he whispered. You're it now. Since then, I haven't seen him. But people avoid me now. Strangers flinch when I pass. Friends say I seem off. My reflection no longer mimics perfectly. Sometimes it moves just a bit faster. I look at photos of myself and wonder, am I still the original? Or was I always the copy? All I know is, now they say they never saw me leave the house last night.